Hello Vickie, welcome to Paris.
Thank you.
I'm super happy to have you today. It's the first session of the Future of Store in Paris, so I'm super happy to discuss with you today. We'll talk about the retail and all the challenges we can have in the field. But first, can you introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Vickie Holtmeier. I'm actually from the United States, from San Francisco, and I lead our global emerging business unit, and that encompasses order management, order servicing, from a distribution aspect, and super excited to be here. I'm actually looking out at the Eiffel Tower right now. I was at the French Open yesterday, and I just came out of being at Chicago on Wednesday, Thursday of last week, where we had thousands of customers for our Commerce Connections event. Let's just say AI is here. Everybody needs to embrace AI. I heard a statistic that there's over 100 million users already on AI, and that's within like a month or two. And when you think about technology with people, how long it took to even just get used to the iPhone or to the internet, it's absolutely amazing. It's not going away. We're embracing it. And you know, from a Salesforce perspective, we're super excited because you say, AI, ChatGPT plus CRM, I mean, Salesforce is, you know, the full customer 360, and I'm really excited about it. I think I've heard what a single consumer has 9 different touch points within the omnichannel with just, you know, looking for one particular product. And I know my attention span isn't that long sometimes, and even though I want to maybe stay with a particular brand or stay with a particular store, you know, sometimes if it's not easy to use, it can be frustrating, and it can, you know, take me someplace else. I mean, I'll say personally myself, I know I've tried to order things, and if it goes to the wrong location, if I can't change that location, then I have to reorder it, or I'll call in and be on hold forever, and they tell me that they can't change where I can do that. That's actually a great example of ChatGPT, which you can do. I could, if I need to change an address where I have something shipped, I can do that all through ChatGPT without having to call in, be on hold, be frustrated, have swivel chair with that customer service agent trying to figure out how to even change an address. Such a simple thing, but great for customer experience and great for cost savings across the board. We have a client that I was just working with last week, and we went in and showed them the steps as a customer would have to take to order something now versus if you put in, you know, a solution like order management, order servicing, and the time that it reduced and the number of clicks was just absolutely amazing and phenomenal, and it made the customer experience so much better. And taking that to your CEO, they understand that. And I think, you know, retailers also want to attract obviously new customers, and the new customers sometimes are the younger generation, and they were born with iPads in their phone in their hands. And they don't even have phones. They don't know what a flip phone is, and it's important that we're going after the new demographics also.
Vickie, if we think about the top priorities of retailers, what will be your key points?
Number 1 is customer retention, customer loyalty, all in one. It's so important that we are really, at a business level, decreasing the amount of steps and processes. And if you can make it on one platform, particularly in the States, I just came out of that meeting last week, a lot of people talked about WISMO. What is WISMO? Where is my order? The majority of people that are calling in or even emailing in, they're asking, where is my order? And if you can do that, as I mentioned earlier, with like a ChatGPT, and I can do that online, or it's automated for me to find that, it's going to make it much, much easier.
And Vickie, what do you think about having the good balance between technology and people?
Sometimes I'll talk to customers, and they're so worried about the back-end systems and what they're doing there, but really, our customers are not seeing the back-end system. We need to make it very, very simple, and how we can do that is by empowering those frontline workers. I heard a statistic that normal frontline workers in a retail environment are working with 14 different systems. And if we can simplify that in one format, I think that's actually what BayRetail does. Is that correct?
Yes, totally. BayRetail is one application used for store associates and to provide all the one-to-one experience for customers, and they can manage all the processes directly from one only application. So it's very optimized, and the goal is really to empower sales associates. They can access to customer data. They can provide one-to-one experience in store. For example, if the customer does not find the products because it's out of stock, we can order directly on the application. And they can keep the relation before, during, and after the in-store visits.
You know, I think that's so important. When you were just talking, and it reminded me of several times that I've gone into a retail store and they don't have the stock that they used to, and they don't have my size, and all they'll say is, you can order it online. And I walk out the store and I forget and I find something else.
Yes.
And if you can truly empower them to order that for you and make it simple, I can imagine just the ROI on that is amazing.
And Vickie, the last question before our event starting. What would you say about the future of store?
Stores are incredibly important to the entire customer journey. They're not going away. You and I were talking earlier, they just need to really reinvent themselves. I heard data that 60% of people that buy, they're somehow influenced by seeing a store, walking by a store, being in a store. As much as I like things quick and I like to buy things online, I still like to go into a store and touch and feel it. But you do have to really reimagine how that is. I was mentioning, I meet with a lot of retailers, and I find it fascinating that some folks are saying that they're closing, and then I'll walk into another meeting and they say they're expanding their retail footprint. Yeah. But I think the really good balance is to make sure that you have good and proper transformation with digitization on that customer journey, as well as having the customer store, the brick and mortar.
So Vickie, thank you very much for this conversation.
Yes, thank you.
It was such a pleasure to have you today.
It's great to be here, and I look forward to working together and seeing how truly, as I mentioned, AI is transforming. We need to simplify our process, but the number one thing is make a really good customer experience.
Thank you very much, Vickie.
Thank you.